Digestive system part 2. In the previous video we studied that how the digestion takes part in the oral cavity, how the bolus formation takes part in the oral cavity. After grinding and the lubrication of the food, it is called as bolus. Now in this video we will discuss that how the bolus travels from the oral cavity towards the stomach. Now what is the esophagus? Esophagus is a muscular tubular structure that starts from the lower part of the pharynx. Like pharynx has three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx, also called as throat. So the esophagus starts from the throat and goes up towards the stomach. The definition of esophagus will be the muscular tubular structure that helps the passage of foods from the oral cavity towards the stomach. After the definition, we will discuss that what is its anatomical locations. In the anatomical locations, what is its starting point. The esophagus runs behind the trachea, and esophagus also called as food pipe, and the trachea also called as windpipe. Esophagus is present in front of the spine, like according to the position of the vertebrae, it is present in front of the vertebrae. The question is that what is the length of the esophagus? The length of the esophagus varies with the age, gender and the health condition of the person. In the normal adult person, the length of the esophagus is about 25 centimeter, but this is not the exact number. It may varies with the different factors like age, like the genders, like maybe difference in male and different in females, and according to the health conditions of the person. Now what is the starting point of the esophagus? The starting point of the esophagus with respect to the trachea is that it is just behind the cricoid cartilage of the trachea, and according to the spine or the vertebrae, it is in front of the sixth cervical vertebrae. We know that vertebrae are divided into different parts, like we have the cervical vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae and the other vertebrae. At the level of the 10th thoracic vertebrae, the esophagus enters into the diaphragm, and the level of the 11th thoracic vertebrae, it ends at the cardia of the stomach. So the starting point of the esophagus is the 6th cervical vertebrae, and the ending point is the 11th thoracic vertebrae. There are the two esophageal sphincters, like the upper esophageal sphincter and the lower esophageal sphincter. The location of the upper esophageal sphincter is in between the pharynx and the esophagus, and the location of the lower esophageal sphincter is in between the esophagus and the stomach. The question is that what is the function of these two sphincters? The function of these two sphincters involves to prevent the entry of the air from outside to inside the esophagus, and to prevent the backward movements like the gastric reflex. After the sphincters, we will discuss the layers of the esophageal wall. There are the four layers of the esophageal wall. Number 1 is the mucosa, number 2 is the submucosa, number 3 is the muscularis propria, and the number 4 is called adventitia. Now I will discuss the brief histology of these layers. The first layer is the mucous membrane. In this there are three parts, like the epithelium, that is the stratified squamous epithelium, and the number 2 is the lamina propria, that is smooth, and number 3 is the muscularis mucosa. The second layer is the submucosa, that is the thick loose fibrous layer that connects the mucosa to the submucosa. The third layer is the muscularis propria, that is the thick layer of the muscles that contracts in such a way to push foods down from esophagus towards the stomach. In the muscularis propria, we have two main muscles, like the circular muscles and the longitudinal muscles. The circular muscles allows for the powerful peristalsis, and the function of the longitudinal muscles is that they increase the density of the circular muscles. There are different types of muscles present according to the location of the esophagus, like upper 1/3 of the esophagus has the skeletal muscles, lower 1/3 of the esophagus have the smooth muscles, and the Middle one third of the esophagus have the mixed type of the muscles. And the fourth layer is the adventitia, that is the external fibrous layer that covers the esophagus. It is the loose connective tissue and it has the small vessels and lymphatic channels and the nerve fibers. After the histology of these four layers, we will discuss that what is the peristalsis. Peristalsis is the sequential or peristaltic movement, that is the involuntary contraction and relaxation of the muscles of the esophagus that produce a wave-like movement which helps the movement of the bolus from the esophagus towards the stomach. Due to the peristalsis, even when a person is in the lying position, he eats something that the food particles enters easily into the stomach. Now I will discuss that how food particles enters into the stomach. Like when we eat something after the mastication and delubrication, now the food particle is called bolus. The bolus is pushed behind by the help of the tongue, and it is prevented to go upward by the help of the uvula, and it is pushed down and is helped to prevent to go into the airway like the respiratory tract, like the trachea. It is helped by the epiglottis. Now when the bolus enters into the esophagus, it is helped by the peristalsis and pushed down to enter into the stomach. Now when it enters into stomach, it is no more bolus. Now it is called something else that we will discuss in the next video. That is all about this video. The viewers are requested, if you find any mistake in the typing, in the speaking, or in any concept, you can contact me. The contact is given. Although these posts are shared on the Facebook and the Instagram, and I have the WhatsApp group. If you are interested to join me on these social medias, the addresses are given on the screen. Please join them. And thank you for watching this video. Take care and see you in next videos. Bye bye.